recently, and I have been enjoying them. However, playing those Metroidvanias has given me the urge to play my favorite one, Blasphemous. So, although I will definitely be playing some more Silksong, I thought we could try out some Blasphemous together today. Just a couple of things to note before we start though. Blasphemous has a pretty brutal setting, and it does have quite a lot of bloody executions and a little bit of nudity, although not sexual, and it's all in this gorgeous pixel art style, so it's not too realistic or anything, but just thought that I would warn you in case you're sensitive to that kind of stuff. Also, this is definitely not my first time playing Blasphemous. I have played through the game quite a few times now. I am playing on Steam on my PC at the moment, where I have a partially completed save file with 10.5 hours of playtime. However, the majority of my playthroughs I did on my Switch, and I have about 65 more hours on there. And that's a combination of New Game Plus playthroughs and redoing the story for the DLCs and things like that. So that is all to say that I have played this game a lot, which will just make it even more embarrassing when I die. Anyway, enough rambling. Shall we go ahead and start our pilgrimage? It is not the sun rising, but our sins. Anonymous. This game has some super interesting lore and story, but it is pretty enigmatic and difficult to piece together. A beautiful cutscene. One other thing I love this game for is all of its beautiful imagery.
And thus, guilt, repentance, mourning, and every pain of the soul of all kind were visibly and tangibly manifested everywhere and in all of us. Sometimes in the form of blessing and grace, sometime in the form of punishment and corruption. That divine will, equally pious and cruel, which we could not and will never be able to unravel, was called the miracle.
That's important. Keep that in mind. The miracle driving force. And here we are. Here we are in a pit of dead bodies, all wearing the same large cone. Stand up. Although I have played this game loads, it has been a little while since my last playthrough, so I don't want to use that as an excuse, but I am going to have to get to grips with the controls again. But instead of an Estus flask or some soul, we have biliary flasks, and we can consume them to heal ourselves by smashing them into our mask, which is very metal. These consecrated flasks are refilled by kneeling in a prie-dieu, which is the equivalent of a bonfire in Dark Souls, or a bench in Hollow Knight. Find empty vessels to increase the amount you can carry. Skip that. And here we are. We control the Penitent One, the main character and protagonist of the game. And he has his sword, Mea Culpa. That's the name of the sword. In the second game, Blasphemous 2, you play with a few different weapons, but in the first game you just have this sword. But the brutal nature of our location aside, look how beautiful it looks. I love the art style. For now we can't get up there to the left, so I'm gonna have to run to the right. Down this huge pile of bodies, and through a door here. I can jump with A, of course. There is a lot of platforming in Blasphemous. It is a Metroidvania after all. And if I've heard a lot of people say that it feels clunky. Personally, I don't think so. The movement and everything just kind of clicks for me. However, I think if you come from playing Hollow Knight with its incredibly smooth movement, I think you might find it a little bit clunky. For example, if I press the A button to jump and immediately release it, there is quite a lot of momentum, and my character doesn't fall down until he gets to the end of his jump, regardless of how long I hold the button for. In Hollow Knight, if you release the button early, the main character stops jumping early. So I suppose you get a bit more control in Hollow Knight. But something about the weight of the movement is really satisfying for me in Blasphemous. Here is our prie-dieu. Press Y to rest at the prie-dieu, saving your game and refilling your health and flask. Upon death you will respawn at the last visited prie-dieu. Resting will cause enemies to respawn. Got it. This statue here is what you interact with to start the New Game Plus mode, I'm pretty sure. Let's carry on through this door here, into this ominous looking room. I were being more cautious, I would run back to the pre-dew to fill up my biliary flasks. For now though, we're going to try and take down the Warden of the Silent Sorrow. Dashing underneath him when he does his big jump, so we get some more space. And trying not to get hit by his slam attack. Once you've got the movement down, it's not too tricky. There's also a little bit of a combo system. Oh, there we go. Took him down. Requiem Eternum. Here we are taking our mask off, but we don't get to see the penitent one's face. He does, however, fill up his mask with the blood of the Warden and jam it back onto his head. Very cool. Perfect. There is a bit of a combo system for the sword swings, but it doesn't apply unless I'm hitting an enemy. You might have seen it in that fight where the third hit of my sword swing combo felt a bit heavier and did a bit more damage. It incentivizes you to not just hit and dash away to try and get some combos in. We have a chamber here that is locked. We are going to have to come back when we have the key to the chamber of the eldest brother to open this door. We do have a map with some icons that we can freely place. So I can put one there to remind myself to come back, and also one back here. It's a nice quality of life. In Hollow Knight you have to buy these icons. Although I do remember in an earlier version of the game, the map wasn't that good. I'm pretty sure you couldn't put the icons down, and it just didn't have some of the extra features, so that's a nice addition. We have another character here. Deogracias. He acts as a kind of interesting interface between the game and us, the player. He is a narrator of the acts. Although in game he doesn't seem to be narrating them to anyone apart from the penitent one. So I think it's more for us. The Cradle of Affliction. Mother of Mothers. glorious miracle. And we have acquired a thorn item. With a bit of a tutorial to access our inventory. Here it is. Small gift from Deogracias. Nailed into the effigy of the twisted under the guard of your sword. The thorns arisen from the miracle feed on sin and guilt, growing with the burden that its bearer carries. And we have some more lore text as well. Deogracias' farewell. Brother Abbot, you know that I have been a scribe in this abbey since I was but a wee child. I have written about our church, our saints, and our miracle of the greatest pain. I must inform you that I have made the decision to leave, although I intend to continue writing. In these walls I cannot be a true witness of the works of the miracle. I need to appreciate with my own eyes your holy works. I will be a teller of the miracle wherever it takes me, rain or shine, or scorching sand under my bare feet. And we have some other inventory menus that we don't have much use for at the moment. But yeah, I think he might have something else to say. Let's chat to him again. Nothing lies beyond those high walls. Okay. The 3 humiliations. Sorrowful be the heart, penitent one. Like I mentioned earlier, the lore is quite enigmatic, esoteric, and difficult to wrap your head around, especially on the first playthrough. Let's rest at this preview. But I love it nonetheless. And the character designs are also all incredible. We'll meet some more NPCs and enemies as well as we get through the game that are equally as disturbing, but strangely beautiful at the same time. The voice acting as well is something I love. I've only ever played it in English. I do know that the Spanish, there's a secret down there, I think, but we don't have like a ground pound attack to get there just yet. Advanced technique, parry, counterattack, retribution. So press RB to parry. This maneuver allows you to counter weak attacks and deflect every attack. During a counter, press the button at the moment of impact. Retribution. We'll give it a go. Oops. There we go. Oh. We could have got a bit of a cinematic execution there, but I did a normal strike instead. We'll see if we can get some of them. There are some really interesting animations for the executions, even if they are a bit gory. But yeah, the Spanish voiceover is also, I hear, very good. The game studio that made this is Spanish, I'm pretty sure. So it makes sense for the Spanish voiceover to be particularly good. We have picked up our first prayer. Verdiales, maybe, of the Forsaken Hamlet. walls and ceilings, harming the enemies of the penitent one. The ringing of a laced shell horn used to precede this chant, but now only silence remains. And some more lore here. Whether in rain, sun, or wind, may this land blessed be. Whether walking or in deep sleep, may this land blessed be. Whether by day or in obscurity, may this land blessed be. We can equip it. We can equip it and use our prayer with our fervor, which is like the equivalent of mana. Okay, we'll use it now. That one's a pretty good one. It lets us take down enemies from a pretty safe range. Although we do also get some pretty crazy prayers later on. There's a bunch of guys here hiding in the mud. See if we can take them down safely. Perfect. We also can't get that item just yet. I want to get to the other side of this guy to try and get like an execution, but I'm not sure he's gonna let me. Oh, there we go. Oh no. I had a feeling that would happen. We weren't in the right position to execute that guy. We'll try again next time. Alright. Here's another like secret. You can tell from the rocky ground here, but we can't access it just yet. Oh, there we go. The animation's excellent, but the executions are pretty brutal. I think they give you a few extra souls. We have an advanced technique, the air impulse. Press right trigger and X in the air to ascend after hitting an enemy. You can do this up to 2 times before landing. Oh. There we go, we did a bit of a jump there. Oops. That was a child of moonlight that we picked up. You'll find them engaged all over Cvstodia. You can release them with any technique at your disposal. Ow. Oh, that was cheap. Take this guy down. There we go, there we go, there we go. There we go. Let's carry on, let's carry on, let's carry on. How mysterious. Oh, we're getting a map tutorial. I do already know how to use it though, thank you. We'll rest here and carry on through. This is like another kind of NPC interaction that we haven't unlocked just yet. But this is the this is the town of Albero that we have found ourselves in. We can chat to this guy. The kisses of wounds. We can pick up like herbal ingredients from around the some nice rewards. The mercy of the miracle. Ingredients for their ointment. Sure, will do. Let's see if there's anything down here for us. Oops, head in here. Where we found our first Mea Culpa shrine. They're referring to our sword, Mea Culpa. And in these shrines we can upgrade our sword. The virtue of Mea Culpa hath ascended. Visit Mea Culpa shrines to increase the power of your sword. You can also spend tears of atonement to unlock combat techniques. Visit additional shrines and increase Mea Culpa's strength to access more powerful techniques. Let's see what we can pick up. So we can grab any of these, not any of them. These two middle ones. Sinful Wrath concentrates the power of the Mea Culpa on the blade, allowing the penitent one to release its full potential in a single but incredible, devastating attack, like a charged one. Weight of Sin, it takes advantage of the speed of a fall to perform a powerful plunge attack. We'll grab this one. This one also helps us get to some new locations, like we saw earlier. That's weird, I can't seem to buy any of these, although I do have enough tears. I'm not sure, we'll come back to that one. Honestly, it's been a while since I have, secret there, since I've unlocked any of the sword abilities. When you do New Game Plus, you have all of them unlocked. We've picked up a collectible though. The Calcinium of Persian the Bandit. Feared by his countrymen, Persian attacked roots without distinction between rich or poor, and always alone. The day he dragged himself to Albero on the brink of death, no one took pity on him. And in here we have an ossuary. An ossuary, like a collection of bones. And this is where we can hand in all of the bone collectibles we pick up. And there's this guy who's like sat in a pile of dust. Ashes maybe. The bones speak to us. The truth they still guard within. And there is a very, very interesting truth that they hide. have one right now. You can see it just pop there. Thank you. We'll uncover the truth that they keep silent. We've just handed in our single bone collectible there. Carrying through. We could head down into the desecrated cistern through here, but I think I'm gonna head back up for now. Not before trying to buy that skill again. Pick it up. I don't know if we need our Mea Culpa level to be at 2 to grab these or something. I'm pressing X here. Okay. Hopefully we don't need that. In case you're interested, Mea Culpa, the name of the sword, is Latin, and it is like an admission of guilt. We picked up a dove skull, which we can use as a rosary bead. Let's put it on. Skull of a bird drilled as a collet. Its apparent frailness slightly strengthens the penitent one's defenses. That morning, when the bonfires were lit and the convicts were raising their ghastly pleas to the indifferent inquisitors, a white dove came down from heaven and perched on the shoulder of a prisoner, where it stayed until it burned with him. Nice. Yeah, you might hear someone say it, if they have done something wrong, and then they, can we grab that? Oh, not quite. If they have done something wrong, and then they say, Mea Culpa. Mea Culpa. Just meaning, like, my fault, my guilt. Order of the True Shrine. There's quite a large concentration of NPCs towards the beginning and around Albero, so we should be able to get to some more brutal fighting soon. The Order blesses you. Thank you. We can't get in there just yet, but we will be able to eventually. What's this? We have acquired the phalanx of Brannan the Gravedigger. Brannan Joshua Mullins dug the graves of hundreds throughout his life, whether friend, family, or foe. But when the chaos arose, there was no one left to return the favour. I'm pretty sure these collectible bones are, maybe named after, like, Kickstarter backers or something. We're in the wasteland of the buried churches. These enemies are too, big for us to parry and attack. So we can parry to deflect the attack, but we don't get like the counter. We have a bunch of guys that popped out of the ground and would have thrown some stones at us if we let them. The music in this game is also excellent. It is so good. But we won't spend too long listening to it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be copyrighted. But with my whispering over the top, most of the time, we shouldn't have too much of an issue. Here we go. guys are a little bit difficult if you don't parry them because their shields block the attacks. And I was mainly using guys as like a gender neutral term there because they were very obviously not men. Let's try and take this one down before they kill us. There we go. Oop. A little secret collectible in here. Phalanx of Arthur the Sailor. He spent his whole life looking after a mysterious totem. This evidence would prove the existence of an impossible castle built under the sea, protected by its incessant waves. And we're going to be jumping down here. Let's head back towards the left. Oh, there's a door that we can take to the right. There we go. If we time that counter just right, it does some extra damage and we get like an instant execution. Let's carry on through here. Put these poor souls out of their misery. Oh, and there's a big guy here who, if we're not careful, will do some pretty nasty damage, but taking them down pretty quickly. What have we got? We've got the Uvula of Proclamation and unlocked a bit of a shortcut if we come back. When the Uvula is equipped, you have a chance of earning Tears of Atonement. When destroying an object... Oops, I never equipped the dove shell. This is the lore for the Uvula of Proclamation. Decree from His Holiness Escribar. It shall be called the Anointed Legion, said His Holiness. Under the armor their bodies shall be covered with bandages, anointed with oils, that I myself will bless. They will protect the Mother of Mothers as I will protect them. We'll put that on too. And carry on. Here we go. We can't get through this gate just yet, so I'm gonna have to jump up the ladder and on to the right. Couple more enemies to take down. Once you've got the counter timing down, and it's fairly generous, it's not too difficult to take down those smaller guys. Whoa, we launched that one. We got the Capitate, maybe. These are all like scientific names of bones, so I'm not sure if I'm saying them right. Capitate of Baroque the Herald. Whether executions or lashings, Baroque was always there to proclaim them loudly, but his voice broke down gradually as, day by day, he had to announce the sentences of his entire family. Ooh. Let's take these guys down. There's another Child of Moonlight up there, but we can't get it just yet. There we go. Boom. Take that down. We can use our map to mark that there's a Child of Moonlight to grab there. And there was also one to grab in Albero, I think around there. So we'll do that too. There are some bottomless pits that we should be careful not to fall in. And we could actually grab that, so I will immediately take the marker back off of our map. Thankfully, we didn't get knocked back by that stone launched at us, or else we might have fallen down the pit. Let's carry on. was ready. Boom. We're up to a decent amount of tears as well now. A bit of careful jumping here. The spikes are instant death, so we're going to have to be careful to grab hold of the ladders as we jump across. But our reward is the Heart of the Virtuous Pain. It is a sword heart for Mea Culpa. Equip a sword heart in Mea Culpa to alter its properties. They grant powerful upgrades, but this comes at a price. Rest at a preview to access the sword's core and insert a different heart. Sneakily hidden, there's also a Child of Moonlight. Shall we see what the sword heart would do? So this is the Heart of the Virtuous Pain. A sword core blessed with defensive prayers. Can be inserted into Mea Culpa, boosts the blocking stats, increasing its duration, but exposes the penitent one longer to enemy attacks. And here's the more in-depth lore. The works and graces of the sorrowful miracle, second verse. The wind blew strongly through the fractures of the cathedral that the great tree had originated, lifting the ash, creating dense grey clouds, hiding the whole mother church and drowning her in a deep darkness of lead. The ground began to tremble. Then a terrible cry was heard from the depths of the mountain of ash, and that cry was joined by more and more guttural screams, animal roars, monsters, and one which was heard above all, the scream of an old man, which resounded gravely as out of the throat of a giant. Oh, we can't put that sword core on until we rest. I'm not sure I would put it on though. Oh, that was close. The counter stance is already pretty forgiving, so I don't think I need it any longer. I definitely recommend anyone who thinks this looks interesting so far to pick it up. But I'll say a slight spoiler about the area we're about to enter. So if you're interested, maybe just skip ahead a little bit. But we're about to enter. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like some icy mountains. And as soon as we enter this area, I'm pretty sure we get put on a bit of a pseudo timer for a quest. Where olive trees withers is where this area is called. Oh, and we can climb walls by stabbing into them. So now that we've entered this area, we're on kind of a pseudo timer for an NPC quest that we will meet the NPC in just a second. Essentially, once you enter this area, if you go and do a boss in a different area before finishing this boss in this area, the NPC dies. So it's kind of like a pseudo timer in a way. It just means that once you've entered here, the next boss you should do, if you don't want the NPC to die, is the boss at the end of this area. We did pick up the Radius of Helzer the poet. The work of the poet John Clark Helzer had a sadly posthumous success, especially his poem To the Red Leaf. The poem was found next to his corpse, severed by a fallen tree. Here he is. Jamino. Jamino, sorry. into almost a statue. It's like they're being encased up against this tree. But they don't seem too upset, to be honest. And they're asking for some scalding, burning hot oil to bring them some warmth where the cold has numbed everything they feel. An empty golden thimble. Sure, let's check out the thimble. Thimble adorned with gold, carrying an inscription that reads, "Only cold gold can carry the redeeming oil." Number 1. A young villager named Oria had such a beautiful and pious face that even as a child, statue sculptors took her as a model for their creations. Her face became so recognizable that, little by little, people took her as the living, breathing image of divinity, until it reached a point where they ended up taking her out on procession and even replacing their own images. Such was the fervor around her that she could not bear to be mistaken with the divinity, and burned her face with boiling oil to gift her pious beauty to God, and took up the habits of a convent. And that same oil is what we will be collecting for Jamino. We've got some new enemies here though. Their attacks are a little bit slower than the other ones we've seen so far. And there's a cave we can enter. What's going on in here? In here we have some incense garlic. Although I have played this game through loads of times, I don't remember all of the exact ins and outs and locations of items. This is one of the ingredients that we would bring back to Tirso in Albero. Bulb white as bone, very hard to find. Its intense aroma, reminiscent of sandalwood, is only noticeable on rainy days, betraying its hiding place. It was sought after by the herbalists with the best sense of smell for its miraculous properties. Confessions of Tirso, Part 6. Ever since then, our pious kisses have saved hundreds from the affection of the miracle that ravages these lands. And from then on, our congregation has been called that of the Kissers of Wounds. Oh, my suspicions were true. There's a secret room back here as well. Although, I'm not sure there's anything we can do here right now. There's an oddly beautiful tomb here with some twisted trees in the background. They look kind of similar to, perhaps the kind of tree Jamino would turn into if we didn't save him. We're gonna have to leave for now though, nothing else we can do. And we'll carry on up here. Oh, didn't quite make the ledge. But we can slice these guys up from a distance. Oh, I thought I'd make that. It's a little risky to make these blind jumps in this area where the olive trees wither because of the endless pits at the bottom. Let's carry on. There's some roots just below us, and eventually we will. Let me just put this icon here. Eventually we'll get an item which causes them to grow, and we can run along them. For now, though, nothing else for us to do. These creepy, like, I don't know, worm things are hidden under the ground, and then they dive out underneath us. Ouch. I'm gonna have to heal up quickly. I don't have very much health right now in total, and my biliary flasks don't heal too much either, so we're gonna have to be a little bit more careful. Some of these enemies do get knocked back, which is it's pretty nice for controlling them, but some of the larger ones are more difficult. Oh, these like potion witches, I don't know what they are, but they're a pain. They're not something you can parry, and they leap across to you and throw some pretty damaging potions at you. There's another one up here on this bridge. I guess we'll run past them for now. Take down this guy. And this one too. Oh. I'm gonna have to make this short journey again. Dodging that potion witch, just so that we can get up here. What's down here? Oh. We've got a bit of a side area down here. Let's see what's going on in here. Oh yeah. I do have memories of some of these places, in particular. This one has these like worm corpses. I don't know what to call them. They look kind of like roots, I suppose, but they're on separate levels alongside these bell spirits. And if I'm not careful, I am going to die. Where did that other one go? We are on like one hit. I can't remember where the next breach is, but I think I'm gonna just jump up here. Check out what is at the top of this area. Oh, we're in the graveyard of the peaks, and I think if we keep on running, here we go. It's the right decision. A tactical retreat. So from here we have a moonlight child of moonlight up there. But we're gonna head out and try and take on that gauntlet of root worms and ghosts again. Honestly, some of these areas are kind of worth just running through, with this being one of them, if a little dangerous. It's slightly more difficult to judge how these root things are gonna jump up at you, considering they are on a slightly lower layer. Let's just dive on through. Up, up. We picked up remnants of Cvstodia's hair. And we're gonna dash on back real quick before reading it. There we go. Remnants, remains of Cvstodia's hair. Remain of the thorned hairs of the novice, Cvstodia, that were isolated from the rest so she could not receive a holy burial. Cvstodia spent several years in that nunnery, and as she grew up, it became harder and harder to hide her hair. It wouldn't stop twisting and growing thorns, and the blood from the wounds it caused her did not take long to stain her pure white habit. The nuns, upon realizing, were frightened by it and soon began considering her cursed and a heretic, just as the parents of the girl had feared would happen. These remains are what we will give to the window in the church in Albero. Let's jump on back up for now, though. We may as well pick up a refill on our biliary flask while we're here. Here we go. Perfect. And if we wanted to, we could swap out our sword heart, but I don't think we will. Let's head in here, into this pretty warm and cozy shop. Let's chat to the shopkeeper. They've got a very interesting cadence to their voice. Candelaria. Cast your darkened eyes over these valuable treasures. Anything else? So, what do we have here? I'm sure it does. Morning blank, if I'm trying to deceive you. This is Ember of the Holy Cremation. It costs 5,000 years, so we don't have enough for it anyway. Ember crystallized through a long-forgotten ritual. It retains some of the heat of a bonfire lit on a different land, tempers the heart, increasing the defenses of whoever carries it. So that is a rosary that we could pick up. What's this? This is the calcified eye of erudition. Honkai reference, I'm sure. Eyeball belonging to Alvaros, the scribe, who glimpsed the truth hidden to so many other eyes. Its strong scrutiny reveals the vital essence of enemies. So that's another rosary. I'm pretty sure this one shows like a health bar above the normal enemies you find around the world. We could afford it. It's 1,200 tears, but I think we can pass up. Ah, you've already said this one. May my eyes be blinded if I am lying. Torn bridal ribbon. This soft white ribbon, used during marriage ceremonies, has been torn, thus destroying its delicate embroideries. One of the three remains of an unfinished ceremony, the wounds inflicted by a broken oath, rarely ever find healing. I'll pick this one up. It's only 800 tears, and it's part of a quest for a different NPC. Goodbye, Candelaria. Let me see here. This is the extra lore for the torn bridal ribbon. Number 1. Yes, brother, it's been a long time since I stopped officiating nuptials. Since the day those three sisters embraced each other, praying, since the day they asked the miracle itself to help them avoid such a holy bond. It's one of 3 items we need for a different NPC. Oh, we have a child of moonlight just below us here, but we we can't get that right now. Let's jump across and into this room here. Oh, very nice. What have we got here? We picked up an immaculate bead. Let's read that. Simple bead, devoid of purpose. Its pristine surface has never been soiled by fervent fingers. I have something for you and for you alone, revealed the gypsy to a monk who had just stopped his donkey as she uncovered a white stone possessing a strange beauty. It comes from the darkness of the ocean floor. Contemplate its purity. Look at its immaculate white, its virgin brilliance. What could be purer than this for your rosary, brother? Sure. Seemingly useless. Doesn't say that it gives us any bonuses, so let's leave it be for now. This is a confessor statue. If you die in the world, you leave behind, like in Dark Souls and Hollow Knight, you leave behind like an interactable item, kind of, that you can go back to and pick up your lost tears, or you can speak to this guy to clear that. You also lose a portion of your health while you have an uncollected remains. Let's take this lift down. Back to Albero. Up, where we can just about make that Child of Moonlight. And we can give the remains of Tentudia's hair to this person behind the window. Unjustly punished. Sure. And in return we get some tears. While I'm back here in Albero, I think I'm gonna try and pick up one of those upgrades again. Oh, and we have some garlic to give to this guy. Here you go. And we've got some linen cloth. I'm gonna quickly jump down here and see if it lets us pick up an upgrade now. Okay, what have we got? What have we got? Can I buy this yet? Oh, it played a noise. Ah, there we go. I wonder what was happening before then. We have 1669 tier, so we can pick up this one, which is a pretty good one, to be honest. Yeah, so I have to hold the X button down to unlock these, but I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing before. Anyway, we've got them now, so we have a downward thrust attack, and we have a follow-up to our dash, which is a pretty nice one, in my opinion. TSO also gave us a linen cloth, which we can take to this mysterious NPC. Here we are. Worthy of devotion. Saltpeter. A false idol. this false idol, who will provide some kind of blessings to some items we bring them. With the linen cloth being the first one we can give. Secret and forbidden confessions. And in return, we have got the Shroud of Dreamt Sins. It's one of the relics we can pick up. Equip relics to change your perception of the world. Each relic possesses different, unique effects, and you can equip up to 3 of them at the same time. This is the Shroud of Dreamt Sins. Yellowish fabric. Witness to febrile confessions. I'm not sure about that word. It still quivers in the face of tortured souls, allowing one to listen to those who can no longer speak. Febrile as he was, he hardly noticed someone had sat down next to him. A gentle hand patted a white cloth on his forehead. It was a fabric of the utmost softness, which allowed light through it as if it were a sheet of paper, and was soaking his feverish sweat and providing such relief that he couldn't help but fall asleep. When the cloth was soaked, the nun got up and handed it to the Mother Superior, adding, "With this, we'll be able to have his confession." We can equip that. It lets us listen in to some long gone souls. Not the most useful one. Let's carry on back up through the mountaintop. We can take this elevator that we unlocked for a nice quick journey. Graveyard of the Peaks. And on we go. We need to gather some more tears. I'm pretty sure we might not be able to get it too easily. Oh, there we go. There's a bit of a secret down here. We got the ankle bone of Weston the Pilgrim. Usually you kind of unlock that secret because if you see these little, they look like little red flies. There's a relic you can grab which turns them into bloody platforms. And you can jump up to get that Child of Moonlight, and then when you jump back down you break the floor. So that's how you're supposed to find that. Anklebone of Weston the Pilgrim. His travelling companion assured him that he would wait for him at the next shelter, just a day away. When Weston arrived the next day, there was no one there, nor the day after that. Let's carry on. This is a pretty difficult platforming area because there's wind that blows and it affects your jumps. This is what the Shroud of Dreamt Sins does for us. I didn't read that in time. It is closer now. The crying faces of ice announce the proximity of the convent. The pain, awaiting inside its walls. I ask the gold to be merciful and allow me to climb to the peaks, where I will be reborn as a sister of golden visage. What was that word? They presage the pain. Okay. That's good. So we have to be careful with how the wind moves. this guy causes some trouble as well. They are impervious from attacks from the back, and their attacks are strong as well, so we don't get to counter. Let's carry on. Here's another one. These kind of like stone statues built into the wall. They block the jumps that we have there, and we have to take them down. Another one of these bell guys. Oh, these platforms are falling. So if we're not careful, that might be our first death. Get that guy. It is pretty harsh, that falling, or falling into a bottomless pit. Oh, didn't notice that guy there. Falling into a bottomless pit or under some spikes is an instant death, which is harsh, but what are you gonna do? Let's see what's going on over here. At the moment we don't have any prayers that give us like proper range, which makes these guys a little bit difficult to deal with. I think when the wind is blowing to the right we can just about make this jump, but it's going to be tricky. We're going to have to wait for it to blow to the right though. Come on, come on. Alright, here we go. Up. Or only just. And we get an empty bile vessel. Make it back across. So those are what we use to give us an extra heal. Vessel made of crystal and gold, capable of holding the hallowed bile that emanates from the morning fountains. And here's the lore. Get up and tell us what you witnessed, said the scribe. Without averting his gaze from the paper, I received an order for the exhumation of a penitent who had been buried about a year ago, answered the gravedigger. He was well loved in Albero, and many parishioners approached his grave. But when I dug him up, we saw blood coming from a crack in his sarcophagus, blood red as wine. Those who were there rushed to open the lid of the coffin, and carried him on their shoulders, watching as blood gushed out from its side. Others ran to their houses, searching for buckets and bottles to keep all that blood that wouldn't stop flowing out. How mysterious. Let's see if we can try and dodge around these ghosts. Might be easier to deal with them that way. We also got another bone. There we go. The occipital of Tequila, the metalsmith. Tequila was not your everyday metalsmith. Skulls were the basis of his creations, with jeweled skulls his specialty. His last wish was to become the most beautiful piece in his collection. Very cool, very cool. Let's carry on. Exemplaris excommunicationis. Unfortunately, our first death was... Oh, I don't need to know how to dash. That wasn't the issue. Our first death was because I carelessly jumped off of a ledge and fell down a bottomless pit. Jump over that guy. Try and do a bit of a speed run back. We lost a portion of our fervor bar, which isn't so bad. Off the top of my head, I thought it was the health bar that we lost, which would have been worse. Do a couple dodges over that guy. guys are doing quite a lot of damage. We do get to upgrade our health bar eventually. To get my tears back though. Let me grab that. I'll wait for the wind to blow to the left. And then we have plenty of time. Ouch. Alright, let's start climbing. Those ghost guys are a little bit frustrating to deal with because of the way that they move and stuff, so sometimes it's easier just to jump over them. We can't go any higher up in this area to the right though without some extra relics. So I'm actually going to jump back down and across this gap once the wind changes. I'm gonna wait for that platform to come back and then we'll do a big jump. There we go. What have we got? Oh. Dodge that guy. Up here, up here. Try and take down this bell ghost before we take on that statue in the wall. Oh, that was a close one. There we go. We'll do some parries here, which will be safer than dashing back. There we go. And we can't get that guy just yet either, I'm pretty sure. Or that item. I'm gonna leave like a double. I'm gonna put a gem there and a baby face there. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's another shroud body that we can listen to. I can bear it no longer. That sound, that ringing will follow me forever. No matter where I go, this is my sentence. It is time to cross towards the other side of this cursed dream. And, oh, very nice. With this fountain of blood, we can fill all of our empty biliary vessels, including the extra one we picked up. And it's also a full heal for us. Ow. Oh my gosh. What? Not sure what happened there. I kind of fell through the floor. Oh, I don't even need to jump. I kept turning for the jump back before swinging, which meant that I missed. Maybe we can use our spell here. Oops. That's not it. Well, this guy's so close to the edge, it's going to be difficult to jump up. What's the spell button? Okay, that was... I don't think that was my fault. We'll try that again. My spell got caught on the edge of the platform. I don't remember what this item is, but it better be worth it. There we go. What have we got? Parietal bone of Lasso the Inquisitor. It was not worth it. Unlike other Inquisitors, Lasso showed an unusual amount of indulgence towards the accused, even to the point of stopping executions. His weakness led him to excommunication and exile. We unfortunately used up all of our flasks, and we are half HP. let's see if we can make the rest of the journey. Just reset that. Oh, an item. A muted bell. That was what the, get rid of that now. That was what that corpse was talking about. Let's see. Muted bell. Tin bell, now empty. Strangely, one could swear to hear a slight tinkling in the presence of strange energies. Slightly protects its wearer from attacks of a magical nature. When he entered that room full of paintings and statues, he was surprised to find, under a dirty sheet, the marble figure of a man who seemed to offer him something. Something lustrous that he held in his cold stone hands caught his attention. A shapeless fruit, the size of an apple, with a silvery glow and a delicious appearance. Hungry as he was, he took it. But when he tried to bite it, he had to hold back a yelp of pain, for the fruit turned out to be made of metal. Confused, he grabbed a nearby stone and smashed the fruit with all his might, managing to make a small crack in it, from which a dense reddish liquid poured. Without thinking it twice, he drank the liquid, which tasted salty, like blood. It's another rosary. We only have space for 2 at the moment, and I think we will keep the ones we have. Let's carry on this way. I'm gonna wait for this statue guy to turn around so we can jump onto his platform and over his head to up to the. Oh, that didn't work out. Oh my goodness. That was remiss of me. Accumulation of guilt. When the penitent one dies, erring on his penance, a guilt fragment is anchored in the world. The weight of the guilt accumulates and reduces the gain of frontiers of atonement, as well as the maximum fervor. Collect guilt fragments to recover or find someone who can ease your burden. Yes. So, mistakes I made there. Being so low on life and only having and not having any of my heals, I should have come back to the. I didn't make purchase on that one. I should have come back to the preacher to heal up, and I fumbled in my leap over the statue guy. It would probably have been safer to try and take him down. But I was feeling a little bit impatient. Let's try and get back to where we were. Up. Oh. The kind of frustrating thing about these ghosts is that when you hit them, they fly backwards quite a fair distance, and without any ranged attacks, it becomes a bit of a waiting game to take them down. Oh, okay, I pressed the wrong button there. Whoops. Wasted our heal. Let's carry on through here. There we go. Up here. Let's see if we can take this guy down first. 5 hits at the moment. Oh. Okay, nice. Now I know I don't need to jump to grab this guy. We can hit them from relative safety. And we're back here with some good HP and healing. So we're not in quite as bad a position. first. We do get some invincibility when we do our dash, which maybe I should use some more. And that spell is good at taking down those statues as well. To be honest, usually I use some different spells, so I'm not used to making the most of this one that I have at the moment, but it's pretty good. Grab this guy. Let's see if there's anything over here. A secret. What's in here? What's in here? Anoint yourself with the oil of the pilgrims. I shall. It gives me some extra maximum fervor. So now I've got 4 uses of that, of the current spell before I need to replenish. Different prayers. Sorry, not spells. Different prayers have different fervor costs. I've taken quite a lot of damage from jumping into these guys. I don't want my pilgrimage to end here. There we go. And once the wind changes, we can make this big leap, I'm pretty sure. Here we go. Up. There we go. Do some hopping up there. And I'm gonna jump over to grab whatever this is. It is a piece of a tombstone. Let's jump again. Up. The good news is, I think we're at the top of the mountaintop here. Let me just check this tombstone. Piece of a ceramic slab, strangely found on the snowy peaks. Those from the village rarely left their arid lands to face the cold of the mountains. But this tombstone had undoubtedly belonged to someone from Albero. The fragment confers resistance to falls, eliminating recovery time. Pretty niche. It is said that the Albero graveyard is even older than Albero itself. It was built even before the church was erected. It was a graveyard isolated from everything in this arid ochre land, considered unholy. The church did not take long to find out about this and dug all the tombs up, scattering the remains across the fields. That's when the Brotherhood of the Genuine Sepulchre was founded, in charge of collecting the remains of the dead and giving them a second burial. I have kept this piece of clay tombstone since then. That's the person we're talking to in the church window, helping us to bury Cvstodia. And here we are at the top of the mountains. Let's head on in. Off he goes. Another mysterious NPC, but here we are in the convent of Our Lady of the Charred Visage. We have these angry nuns who have some pretty powerful attacks, so I don't want to get too close. Not while my latest pre-Jew is down at the bottom of the mountain. There's actually another one just past here. Where is it? Down or is it up? Here we are. So we can update our save point and start exploring the convent. Here's another corpse that we can read the thoughts of. is anticipate sacrifices, anticipate pain, anticipate blood. I think these guys give like clues as to various like secrets. Take down these guys here. Oops. Oh, ouch. My dash was on cooldown there. So I took a bit of damage from the fire attack. Nice. A well-timed dash attack let us move to the other side of that enemy. Graveyard of the Beaks, Graveyard of the Beaks, I'm gonna run straight through. Here we are. Here we are. This one is a bit of an obscure kind of puzzle. It actually uses a feature that the game doesn't tell you about, where if I hold the B button, which is if I press the B button I use my prayer, but if I hold it I like slash my hand to get some further at the cost of blood. And the little blood stains on the floor are supposed to give you a hint that that's what you should do. We get the heart of the unnamed minstrel. Sword core, forged amidst ballads of forbidden verses. Can be inserted into Mea Culpa. Reduces the duration of the parry, but eases the execution of a righteous riposte. I also don't think I'm going to use this one. The righteous riposte, you might notice the like little red lightning bolt that kind of overlays an enemy after you hit them sometimes with a parry. It's when you press the attack button at just the right time. It does some extra damage. Sing for me, Cantor. I'm unfamiliar with that word. And may your song relieve my pain. Those were the words written on the tombstone. There lay the one who prayed by singing, creator of verses that one fateful day reached the wrong hearts. And even if we no longer hear his voice and no one calls his name, his singing will remain with us forever. Let's take this elevator down to unlock another shortcut from the prelude over here. I'm gonna rest here to top up my flasks while I'm here. No shortcut. And we can also jump on top of the elevators to reach some extra rooms, which is nice. Just from up here. What's going on in here? Oh, perfect. We have another cutscene. Perfect. With that, we get some more health, which is very much appreciated. Let's see if we can make the other jump as well. We have a knot of rosary rope. We can use that with a particular NPC to give us an extra rosary slot. We don't have access to them right away though. Rope knot made from the threads of habits of monks deceased in ancient times. Deogracias was her name. Her rosaries were the prettiest of all Cvstodia. The most prestigious priests and bishops frequented her workshop, and even our very holiness Escribá commissioned her. Such was her mastery that a rosary crafted by old Deogracias was unparalleled in beauty, delicacy, and perfection. Word spread that a rosary that was not made by her would not receive divine blessings, and prayers would not be heard. And besides, that would be a sin. This caused all the others to become banned by the Holy Mother Church, and those so-called false rosaries were sought and burned. Someone who kept a deceitful rosary would be severely punished, sometimes even accused of heresy. Then we all began to wonder what would become of the rosaries when Enigmatic was no longer with us. Perfect. I will take that to the NPC when we have access to them. Whoops. Pressed the wrong button and wasted one of our very limited heals. Ouch. I'm getting bodied by these guys. Whoa. I didn't quite notice how much damage they dealt to me. Let's see if I can oh, my prayer isn't working. Oh no. My prayer wasn't working. Let me make sure my button is functioning properly next time I get some further. I still need to remind myself of the controls sometimes. So it's possible I was just spamming the wrong button. But I was trying to do my prayer to take them all down. We'll try again. Okay. In we go. Take down that guy closest to me as well. Oops. Alright. I was indeed pressing the wrong button. Let's carry on through. What's going on in here? Okay, this room looks pretty foul. I'm pretty sure we can get a relic. Eventually that makes us immune to poison damage, which we will grab before we try and go through that room. These rooms here have these like vats of molten oil, I guess, that dip down every so often. Take down that guy. There's actually someone who controls these. So let's see if we can make it through to them. There they are. Take them down and the vats stop pouring. We can climb on up. Yeah. I'm not actually sure what's on these guys' faces. Maybe like some rosary rope or something that's like all tangled up. I'm not too sure. We can actually take this one down from below. I think if we time it just right. I think they've thought about that. Ouch. There's a prayer you can get eventually that summons a big beam of like lightning from above, and that would definitely take that guy down. For now, we're gonna have to get them the old-fashioned way. Oh. Let's see if we can find the oh, interesting. I think the positioning on that one was just right, that the nun there was on the edge of the range, and it kind of got stuck on them. Let's see what's in here. I think I'm gonna head back. Oh. I'm gonna go up and to the left, I think, instead. We will, of course. Oh, you know what? was a mistake. Let's heal up a little bit. There we go. Let's take this guy down from below. A little safer. Running just a little bit low on flasks. We can take this. Coming from the other side. Oh, I overshot the dash just a bit. Once you start going, you can't actually control the distance, so I probably just shouldn't have dashed in the first place. Let me jump over here and we can see what we picked up. The sternum of Vitas, the performer. Cvstodia remembers with admiration the name of Vitas Varnas. He inspired the lives of his people through his altruistic actions, as well as his inspirational words. I'm pretty sure I've seen the performance of that guy. Let's see what we can take out. These nuns with their hammers are, I'm not sure what they are. They're like sensors full of body parts, I think. It's pretty grim. They do a lot of damage if they hit you. Oh, take down this guy. There we go. Anything we missed here? There's another poisonous room in there that I am not too keen to go through. And what was that? A gate. I think we'll head down for now then. We've used up our last biliary flask though, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit more cautious. Unless, perfect timing, we unlock a shortcut. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Up we go, up we go, up we go. Eventually we can unlock a feature. Oh, these guys are difficult. 2 hits and I'm half HP. Where are they now? Oh, loads of damage. If we get a hit in before they shoot their laser though, they vanish and try again. But we used up all of our flasks on that. I think it's worth coming back after refilling. I was just about to say that we can eventually unlock the ability to upgrade our pre-juice with some very powerful features. Like I think one where we top up our fervor when we rested them. There's one very, very useful one. One very useful one where we can teleport to any pre-juice. And a couple of other ones, I think. But it's kind of endgame. They're very like expensive upgrades. They use up a lot of tears. That ghost is the priority to hit above these little jumping guys. Oh, that was rude. Got us around the corner. Come on. One more hit I think should do it. 2 more hits. There we go. We'll stomp on that guy. Okay, okay. Oh, it has a very precise hitbox, that attack. What's in here? Yeah, I think we'll check this room out. I think there might be another for us though. Luckily their attacks don't go through the floors, so we can play this one pretty safe. Oh, cheap, cheap. Come on. Oh, okay. That was not a hugely successful first enemy there. We're gonna have to deal with the other ghosts we find more efficiently, or else we are going to run out of HP. I'll just do it like this. It's a little bit boring, but I don't mind too much. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Take down that guy. Perfect, and is there another? There is another ghost here. Where are they gonna go? We'll just block their lasers. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Oh. Okay, phew. We made it, and for our troubles we picked up a small bead of blue wax. Tiny pebble of melted wax of a dusty cerulean. The cries from tortured zealots still reverberate inside, and it slightly strengthens the wearer's fervor. The abbey ceased to be a quiet place. Cries of pain coming from every cell pierced the walls. The old friar knew he would be next, so he got up from his cot, where he had been huddled, and glanced at the few items that lay on his table. Most of them mementos from his life before joining the order. He wanted to be kissed by the miracle while immersed in those gentle thoughts. Triggering most memories were some small balls of wax, now covered in dust, that he used to enlarge by picking up wax from the candles during processions. We won't be using that one right away. I'm not using too much fervor at the moment with our one spell. Prayer, sorry. But eventually we do get access to some very powerful ones, and having the extra fervor can be super, super useful. I'm gonna try and dodge these nuns. I'm concerned that they might one-shot us if they did. Oh no, I didn't realize there was another ghost here. That's troublesome. Oh, that was unfortunate. We only just missed the attack on that ghost. Or else I think we might have been safe. We'll try that again. I can't wait till I get some more powerful spells. Which way did we go? We went down. Oops. I didn't mean to hang on that ledge. This might be silly. Oh. I actually didn't mean to hit that. I meant to heal a bit. This is part of a DLC though. It was I think it was like a crossover with Bloodstained, I think. So we won't be doing that right away. Let's get this one. Ouch. Oh, do you see how much damage that did? It's like half my HP. And I did it again. We'll pick that up, and I'm gonna try and lure the ghost out. succeed, but fate is unpredictable. Through a terrible illness that shortened her life, her legacy was eternal to those who loved her. That one was a nice one. We'll carry on up, although we are not this ghost again. We are not doing very well for health right now. I can get that guy through the wall though. It feels only right that we can like cheese them a little bit. No, come on. Oh my goodness. These ghosts. We'll run that back. Okay. If I could remember where some of these spells came from. When I'm hanging from the platforms again. I will try and go get another, like, more useful one. Okay, that's slightly safer. We did still take a little bit of damage, but nothing too bad. Oops. Ouch. Heal up a little bit. Oh, I didn't think it could get me there. I've done like 7 playthroughs of this game, and these ghosts still just crazy. Oh. Okay. Just trying to... Oh, not 2 of them. No. Okay. We got pretty fortunate with where they respawned. That could have been very, very bad. We'll try and grab that nun pulling the chain up there. There might be another ghost as well. Okay, up we go, up we go. Here we go. We'll let that guy do his jump, just to try and minimize the damage we are taking. And again, with no flasks left, it's better safe than sorry. There we go. This is actually a candle that we can use to grow a red ball of wax if we had it already. I don't remember where you get it from though. But once we have that small red ball of wax and we come back there, we can grow it. Okay. Gonna have to do some quick jumps here. Oops. I didn't mean to climb up there. Oh. Yikes. And here we are on next to no HP. We're right at the top though, and I'm pretty sure there's a preview for us. Let's grab that. Cloistered sapphire. A crystal sphere imprisoning a sapphire heart. The gem sparkles with lightning from other lands, filling the glass with a stormy light. The strange energy fills the wearer with determination, electrifying the very air around him after he performs an execution. All those who have wanted to isolate themselves, all those who have freely locked themselves away as a chosen way of life, will have the blessing of the miracle. No one can serve 2 masters. Either you serve the miracle or you serve the world. When you are in this cloister, remember these words, sister. Nothing through there for us just yet. Head in here. Here's another spirit for us to speak to. I can feel Our Lady between these walls. I can feel her warmth, for her face still burns, a reminder of her sacrifice and ours. The pain, the cold, and the burn are our rules. Nice. And we have some beautiful flowers here. And a perfectly placed breed you. There we go. Here's another NPC. Viridiana. But I need to make the choice. So I think I will dissent for now. She is like a helper for the boss in the next room. I think I'll dissent, but she is very useful if you wanted her help. Let me change your mind. Alright, I think I'm gonna change out my dove shell for the muted bell to give us some extra magical defense. And let's head into this next room. I love this boss fight. This is Our Lady of the Jarred Visage. We can deal damage to her by hitting her exposed brain, which is very brutal. While we're doing that, her hand is firing out some magical attacks. These bright orange balls we can actually like hit into her brain. Although the angle is a little difficult. Sometimes it's better just to hit them so that they don't hit you. Let's heal up a little bit. Ouch. I mistimed that, so I took an attack there. Do some hits here. When she's low to the ground, we can get quite a few off. And when she floats up, we have to jump to hit her, which is a little bit more difficult. Oh. Ouch. I think I would have been better off staying on the ground for that one, actually. Here we go. Almost half HP. And she's in phase 2 with 2 hands now. A lot more difficult because we have 2 things to be dodging. We'll heal up while we have the chance. Okay. We got a couple of parries into her brain there. She's onto the right side now. Oh. I want to try and minimize some of the damage we take so that we can save our life for some different attacks that are more difficult to dodge. Ouch. was really close though. We'll try that one again. Come on. We'll try to dodge a few more of the attacks in the first phase. That one's really difficult to dodge. It'll give us some more HP to work with in the second phase, where the attacks are more frequent and difficult to dodge. It would also be a good idea. Where can we rebound these from? It would also be a good idea to maybe go somewhere else first. Pick up some of the slightly more useful spells. But I'm here now. This shouldn't hit us. Okay, nice. We're looking pretty good. We're almost on the second phase already, and we have all of our heals. Okay, here we are, second phase. Dodge those lasers. Oh. I don't know how often she comes down to the floor in the second phase. So the progress might be a bit slower. Oh, we're gonna have to heal up here. She sniped us with another attack though. Yeah, that really quick attack. I don't know if there's a good way for us to dodge that. Let's do a couple more hits here. Ouch. When it spreads out a bit more towards the edge, we could dodge it then. It's an awkward one for sure though. Let's try that again. We are also very, very close. Okay. It definitely feels a bit bad that my spell, my prayer at the moment is pretty much useless. I don't know whether it would maybe catch her weak spot when she's on the ground. Ouch. Try and bounce a couple of those in, they do a lot of damage. Maybe next time she's close to the ground, I'll try and see if my prayer actually hits her or not. Ouch. Oh, that clipped us as well. Couple nice hits there though. Dodge this laser. A couple of these. Oh. I mistimed almost all of those hits and I jumped into that one. This attempt isn't going so well. Ouch. Oh. Whoa. Should be okay here, yeah. I think we've also got a little bit unlucky with the movement patterns. She hasn't come down to the floor yet, which is where we can get some really quick damage in. Yikes. That wasn't the one. We'll go again. Still passing up stubbornly on Viridiana's help. Okay. So we're looking for a run where I don't take like silly damage. I ideally she doesn't use that move at all. And also, she comes down to the floor. That would be ideal. Oh, we'll dash under that. Oh, that one went a bit further horizontally than I was expecting. Alright, she's down on the floor now. We'll try and do as much damage as we can. Thank you. Should be okay here. Okay, we got some good damage in there. Top up on health. Oh, I thought I could make it underneath that one. And my dodge went a little further than I was expecting. Okay, this should be okay. We managed to get a decent amount of damage in before she summoned her second hand, which is very good for us, of course. Nice. Nice. Oh, and a couple good hits there. Very nice. Oh. A worrying attack there, but a couple more hits. And we got it. That one didn't start off so well. Requiem Aeternum. It didn't start off so well, so I wasn't expecting to finish it on that try, but we did get pretty lucky with her staying near the ground for a long time, and we managed to push her into her second phase. Far past her half HP mark, but a couple tries on her. She's one of my favorite bosses. I love her design. Let's move on. Here we are. This is one of the 3 humiliations. If you remember Deogracias telling us about those at the beginning. Humble yourself beyond my holy body. The presence of my golden visage. P.S. They pronounce that one P.S. I would have said bias. Compunction. Perfect. We've got the holy wound of compunction. Let's read that. Mark left by the golden visage. That reveals the cleanliness of compunction in the soul of the penitent one. Santo Credo. Verse 3. The door to the mother will open if the 3 wounds were to be joined together. The mother would suffer a crack, the enclosure would end up broken, and the forbidden would be profaned. Very nice. And we can pick up our thimble full of burning oil while we're here for Jamino. It's the same lore text as it was before. We'll just carry on. And here's Deogracias to greet us. Visage of compunction. Compunction. That's a nice tingly word. Just a quick status update from Deogracias there. So this ladder brings us back down. Back down here. But let's take this door to our right, where we can upgrade Mea Culpa even more. And we'll check what upgrades we can grab. So we can pick up a 4th combo finish attack. We can pick up a charged attack, Fervorous Blood, sacred technique that allows the bearer of Mea Culpa to use the cut of its blade to bless his own blood and turn it into a throwing weapon. It consumes fervor. That's a very good one, so I'm going to grab that. It gives us like a ranged attack we can use all the time. And I really like this upgraded lunge as well, so I'm going to grab that too. So now we can do that. Or... nice. But I think, having done one of the first 3 major bosses, I think that is a good place to call it there. I could honestly play this game for hours longer, but it's getting quite late for me. And I think it's best to finish up there before I'm tempted to keep going. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this one though. It's maybe my favorite game of all time, so I definitely hope you enjoyed seeing some gameplay. And I also hope you found it relaxing. But thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, and good night.